What up, people? It's boy, Master Chudy out here with another comic review. So, we have the last issue of the Jedi of the Republic, Mace Windu. And Mace Windu, of course, is probably my most favorite Jedi. I like him. And he has his faults. People say he's arrogant, which he is. People say he was jealous of Anakin, which I don't believe. People say, well, he's part of the prequels, and you know how people feel with the prequels. But after what was The Last Jedi, I never really hated the prequels. I could understand why people didn't like them. I liked them because, mainly that was what was around when I was like a kid. Phantom Menace came out when I was like 7. And, and I agree, Attack of the Clones is probably my least favorite movie. Now, The Last Jedi is, but before it was Attack of the Clones. But this book is pretty good, and Mace receives his due in this book, and I like it. And you get characterization, you get flaws in each of these Jedi, and strengths in each of these Jedi, you know? And, the cover's pretty nice. We see Mace fighting against the robotic bounty hunter and these separatists. But, so the cover's nice. But let's get into it. So, basically, in the last issue, Proset Dibs turned on Mace because he felt that Mace was betraying the Jedi code by becoming like part of this war, very much liking it. And they sworn to be peacekeepers, and while they're investigating the separatist plot, Proset Dibs is not satisfied, so Mace takes him down and knocks him out, and then puts him under quarantine. And then Kit Fisto and Risa Mano, who I really like actually, I think she's a great character. They continue the mission. So we have Matt Owens, who I think has done a pretty good job with it. I think this is a solid end. Uh, Denise Cohen is the penciler, who's improving a bit by bit in this thing. Roberto Poggi, inker, Guru, EFX. Color artist Rod Reyes did the cover. Joe Cameron did the letters. And you can clearly see who the editors are. Remember what C.B. Sobolski did that good stuff. But anyway, let's get into it. So, meanwhile, the last time we saw Kid Fister was cornered by separatist droids. It's like, droids are like, seal the doors, lock the Jedi in. It's like, but he's not going anywhere. He's just standing there, crushing everything we're throwing at him. And we just see Kid Fister's like, on my home planet of Gliansa, there's a large amphibious beast called a warded, a slow-moving carnivore gifted with massive jaws full of razor-sharp teeth. And we just started talking about, yes, the waterfall brave enough will pick the scraps off the mighty maw should the energy consume. So he's just talking about the bird. And he's like, yeah, before the bird knows it, you know, it's already been paralyzed by this carnivore's toxins. And it's just like it was too late for them, it's already too late for you. So, Kid Fisto gives quite the... The thing is that Kid Fisto's a talker, so this suits his character. Meanwhile, as the droids are heading to Kit Fisto's location, we just see Rissa and Mace sneak in, and I ask out of concern, out of disrespect, but are you sure about this, Master Windu? And Mace is like, it's too late, and you are too strong for second guessing. I would say the operation is a trial by fire for one so new as you, but that would undercut the severity of our mission. And she's like, oh, don't worry, I have zero misconceptions about the dangers of the sneaking into a droid base. And Mace is like, you have your role to play, as I have mine. Be smart, and may the Force be with you. It's like, he needs you, Rissa. He believes in you. Don't let him down. And so she wants to. So Rissa is a girl Jedi who was very much like Ahsoka. She loves the Jedi Order. She wants to impress Mace Windu. She looks up to Mace, but at the same time, she's young, and she puts a lot of pressure on herself. And you see that not everybody is saying the "May the Force be with you" as some type of generic greeting. You know, everybody is saying it as like, okay, the situation is dire. But anyway, here we go. Meanwhile, the droid bounty hunter, I forgot his name again. Oh yeah, ADW4. That's his name. So he's like, all right, get the cargo loaded, ready for the transport now. And you just see, throw everything we have against the Jedi. It's like, throw your very selves in the line of fire if you have to keep them away. It's like if this shipment does not get made, I do not get paid. It's like, and that will simply not do. And Mace is like, too bad for that you can't register emotions ADW for. Because I would have loved to see your look of war on your face right now. And we just see, he's like, I can, however, convey the tone. And you can tell by mine how unconcerned I am with your meddling presence. And Mace is like, this ends now. So they rush into battle, and Mace is fighting like, and then we get some nice stuff from ADW4. He's like, for a droid who's a droid, he shows quite some emotion. And the prequels, in my opinion, did a good job of adding some characters to the droids that were there. Like, it's funny, like, it's hilarious. Like, I know you, Master Windu. I see inside your very being. You like being a general, a weapon. It gives you an outlet for all your anger, which is pretty nice. Which is what exactly what Mace is. Like, he likes to battle. It's why he created his lightsaber form Vapad to let out an outlet for his anger, which I think is true. It's like an excuse for your violence. And so he starts beating on Mace, and he's like, "You are a hypocrite." Interesting. That's what many people say about Mace, which, people have their opinions on. I don't think so. And he's like, punches Mace. Like, perhaps I'm force sensitive. So, so Mace manages to dodge that. And then he force pushes ADW4 out the window. He goes after ADW, then he stabs and boom. And then Mace's like, do not mock what you do not mock nor underestimate that which you do not understand. And we just see AEW's like, foolish Jedi. And we just hear some rumbling. And we just see, you have still lost. And then we just see Kid Fisto's tired. He's like, not the most glorious of planets to be my end, but at least it's beautiful. And then meanwhile, we just see Rissa Dobbs come in, boom, start cutting down all these droids. And she's like, I would have never expected you to give up so easily, Master Fisto. And you just see, I was simply offering you the opportunity for a grand entrance. So, entrances are important. Nice humor. It's like, forgive the ungrateful sound of my question, but what are you doing here? This was not part of your mission. And we just see Rissa's like, actually, this was my mission. Save Master Fisto's life. Master Windu's words, not mine. So they take down all the droids. It's like, I did have another assignment before this one, though. So that's nice. So we see, there he goes, Master Windu, the monument to your failure. While you have been wasting time playing the hero down here, the purpose of your power trip has escaped you. And then we just see Mace is like, funny you should speak of purpose. You said yourself that killing Jedi was not your primary objective. The retrieval of your bounty was. You were not the only one biding time. And then we see, boom, Mace managed to have Rissa sneak in a bomb for the destruction of the shipment. And it's like, now you have nothing left. So he ignites his lightsaber, saying, my righteousness is anything but self-motivated. There is a definite right and there's a definite wrong, good and evil. Now, this is another flaw of Mace's character, which is why, he believes that there's only good and there's only evil. And while he's very powerful and he believes righteously in his cause, he's very narrow-minded. And I love Mace. Mace is my favorite Jedi, but even I recognize that. It's like, you will pay the price for choosing the wrong side. And ADW4 is like, you're a religious man. You believe in life after death. So he escapes, boom, but Mace is like, nah, you ain't going nowhere. He just force crushes ADW4's head and blows him up. So the mission is over. So meanwhile, we're back on Coruscant on the Jedi Temple. And so meanwhile, Mace is like, following up with the report. Basically, Master Coyote Mundi is basically saying, okay, we're going to send troops to Hisric for the cleanup. We're going to help the inhabitants, and we're going to replant the trees. And we just see Yoda's like, samples of the floor we have taken. Study its properties, we shall. And we just see, it's like, of course you will. It's like, yes. It's like, and now for the matter at hand. So we see Proset Divs has been arrested by has been put in front of the council to answer for his actions. And we just see, meanwhile, Proset Divs heard Master Windu's accounts you have, charges against you. You understand? It's like, and then we just see Master Proset, it's like, I understand your need to quell dissenting opinion. And then Coyote Mundi is like, you would do well to mind your tongue, Proset. You stand accused of attacking a Jedi Master, a general in the army of the Republic. Heresy and insubordination, both. And he's like, what defense do you have for such actions? This is your sole opportunity to defend yourself. And then Proset gives this great speech, basically saying, I have nothing to answer for. I have done nothing wrong. It is you, Masters, self-proclaimed arbiters of the Force, who owe an explanation. You, who would, under the guise of the army of the Republic, bastardize the very teachings that I hold dear. You sit on your thrones of deception, giving orders to those under your tutelage for your own means. It is not lost on me that a blind man is the only one who can see your true nature. I have spoken my piece. I have cut my ties. There is no defense I can give. You will do with what me, it's like you will do with me what you will. It is to be expected of tyrants. Fantastic. So while he believes in the Jedi cause, like he believes in it, I think another flaw of this is like I think he doesn't see like the bigger picture. Like it's not like the Jedi want to be in this war. They're all being manipulated. We all know what Palpatine is doing, but this was a great speech, well written. And then Yoda's like, it seems that you made up your mind, and there are very such ordinance for such actions. Like regretful though they may be, we must see them through. And then Kaidi Mundi sentences Proset Dibs guilty of insubordination and treason. Your punishment shall now be decided. And we just see Proset like, do not insult me with false deliberations. Are you not soldiers now? Is my punishment not death? And Mace is like, no. It's like, Proset is a victim as in this terrible conflict as anyone. He is confused and angry, both valid emotions. He should not be faulted for that. It is our duty to help him, bring him back to the light. That is the doctrine I adhere to. And then Proset is like, do not patronize me. And he's like, do not make me some example of your false benevolence. Kill me, prove to me you are what I know you to be. So he thinks that Mace is just a battle. He's like, also believes that Mace is just like a battle-hardy student, a battle-hardy master who just believes in violence. And he's like, yeah, you should kill me because that's your new doctrine. But as we saw in the last issue, that's not what Mace is about. It's not what he's all about at all. We just see, I move for Proset's punishment to be confinement to work in the library. Which is funny, because that's the same punishment he gave Ahsoka in the Clone Wars, and when she messed up in a huge battle. It's like, perhaps he will learn something that somewhere along his journey he seems to have forgotten. And we just see Proset just going in on Mace, like, they make a fool of you, Master Windu, a bigger fool than you make yourself. Your hubris shall be your undoing, and I will laugh as I stand over your fallen corpse. Dang. And we just see him talking with Rissa, saying, do you really think that was the best course of action? And Mace is like, please, Rissa, I do not need another Jedi questioning my methodology. And she's like, no, that's not all I meant. It's like, that was a joke, Rissa. I happen to be very funny. It's like, no, right, totally got that. So even Mace Windu is capable of levity. But Mace is like, in all seriousness, we can't afford to lose a talent such as Proset. The Jedi face our greatest challenge yet. His feelings, though misguided, are understandable. I pray he will come around in time. We will need his aid to face what is coming. And she asks, what is coming? Hardship, trials like we've never faced before. I yearn for a quick and peaceful end to this war, and I fear that may not be attainable just yet. And so what do we do? So we get a nice panel of all the people like there. We just see Kit Fisto's like, we do what we have trained our whole lives to do. Trust in the Force, believe in the path that is set out before us. Stand in defense of all people, not only of the Republic, but across the galaxy. We just see Anakin and Padme together. We see Palpatine with his two people. It's like, we do what any Jedi would do, staring into the face of evil. We fight. The end. It's like, and then we get Thrawn, who's having his own issue, which should be interesting. But let's get back to this. We fight in the face of evil. You can see why people are angry at the fact that Luke was betrayed. Mace Windu clearly stated what is needed to be a Jedi. Luke, I love the man, did not fight in the face of evil. He fled from it. Because he was like, and he allowed dang. I'm just like this, like, say what you want about the prequels, but now everything has, over time we've now meshed out all these characters. This is a good Star Wars book. If you want to read a real Star Wars book, if you want anything, and yes, this is going to Disney, I understand, but if you just want to feel like you're reading a Star Wars book and you're seeing real characterization, pick up these 5 issues of Mace Windu, or pick up the full graphic novel when it comes out. I enjoyed this very much. I thought it was very well done, and I give this issue. It got better with each issue. It just got better. So I give this a good 9 out of 10. So thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notifications. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics and get your opinions on them. Once again, thank y'all for watching, and I should have more videos up probably tomorrow because I got a lot to do today. Peace.